past the past the age of like 25, life is really not worth living. You get you get childhood, and that can be fun sometimes because you don't have to pay for anything, and then you can go through your teens and 20s and experiment with drugs and alcohol, and that's a lot of fun. And then you get to your 30s, and it's just kind of like, well, either you have kids or you just decide to slowly die. And I don't want to have kids because I don't think it's nice. I think it's rude to just take a free spirit that's floating around in the ether and then force them to undergo the human experience. Because I have pretty much the pinnacle of the human experience. I'm tall, white, I have money, and even that is like just any level of existence is just not really conducive to any form of positive feeling. So I just don't think it's right to bring a new being into this world. I don't personally want to be responsible for that. So it's not that I don't want kids. I think it would be fun to raise a little guy, you know. But it's the principle of supporting this machine that is reality, which is just a construct of psyops by the you-know-whos, and it's just, I was thinking about Austin Powers, and then I, I I watched Austin Powers recently, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen this in like 20 years. And the last time I saw it, I loved it too, but I didn't get it as much. And now I get it more because there's a lot of adult jokes that I don't think I really understood at the time. But then I started thinking about all the stuff I grew up in, and all of my perceptions of reality are all based on the media that was impressed upon me by the system. Fucking blow you up with spam calls while I'm in the middle of a fucking live stream. God damn it. Anyways, all of our perceptions of what life should be like have been created for us. Nothing about us is original. We don't have any original thoughts, original words. Every word I'm saying right now is a word created hundreds of years ago that's been used trillions of times by other English speakers. You know, really the only way to be original is to be a homeless schizophrenic and just create your own language. But it's there. People keep saying that there's like, well, life is beautiful, and I'm just like, but where though? Someone was like, well, it's beautiful that we can create a human and give birth to. I'm like, no, that's disgusting. That's watch someone give birth. That's fucking gross, dude. There's nothing beautiful about that. And maybe I'm just a cynical asshole, but I feel like to be a cynical asshole, you need to have a bunch of bad things to happen to you and just have life shit all over you. And life hasn't really shit on me at all. Life's been pretty good to me. I've had a great life. And that's why I feel like I'm so qualified to talk about how life isn't worth living, because I know how good life can be, and it's still not that good. You still have to sleep 8 hours a night. You still have to be hydrated. You still have to eat. It's just maintenance. It's just maintaining existing. And you should do it if you're here, and you should stay up to date with your maintenance and health and stuff. But just, like, why force someone else to have to do that, you know? It's rude and disrespectful. And then I'm not against the notion that I might accidentally have a kid. That's a possibility. And I'm okay with that, because at least the intention wasn't there. I feel like when you intend a child, when you plan to have a kid, then they end up fucked up. It's the accidents that turn out good, because it's more of like a natural existence. Accidentally stumbling into consciousness is what we were intended to do. There was never supposed to be a plan, really. Unless you're part of the elite satanic bloodline, and then you're chosen from birth to lead a specific role and become a celebrity or whatever and manipulate the rest of us. But yeah, I mean, I don't really like wearing condoms, so maybe I will have a kid, and I'll be a great father. Terrible husband, but kid. I had, if you intend to have a kid, that's somehow worse. Even though intention doesn't matter as much as perception. I'm taking a branch off to a different topic here. I've been thinking about this a lot lately too. Like, people like to say, as long as your intentions are good, the perception doesn't matter. That's actually not true at all. The perception is the most important thing, because it doesn't matter if your intention was to drive your car correctly to work. If the perception is you ran over a toddler, it doesn't matter that it was an accident. You know, it's like we live in a world of perception. We're all perceivers. We're not intenders. I mean, if you judge, so you can't really judge someone by their intentions, because you don't really know their intentions. You just have to base what you think their intentions off of what they tell you their intentions are, which is another form of perception, because you're perceiving their explanation of their intentions. Anyways, yeah, man, life is just not really worth living. I don't understand how so many people are still here. Like, I'm so on the verge of just being over it, and I'm not that close, because I don't have to have a job and stuff. But if I had to work a 9 to 5, I think I would just end it all. I genuinely don't understand how people do it. I'm not even hating on people that work a 9 to 5 and saying like, oh, that sucks for you. I'm like, no, I'm kind of envious. I wish I was capable of that. I commend it. I respect it. I don't know how you can just wake up every day and trade your time for money that isn't real, and just continue to be like, well, yeah, just working. You talk to most people what they've been up to. They're like, yeah, just been working, and it's like, why? Why don't you just die? Why do you want to keep working? I don't get it, man. Just so you can save up enough to drink on the weekends? I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't drink on the weekends, so maybe if I was in that position, I would enjoy that cycle too. Maybe I should get a job and start drinking again so I can experience what it's like to be the majority of humanity. I don't know. Every morning I wake up and I have to like hit the refresh button on who I am. I forget my entire life experience and who I am as a person, and I have to wake up and remind myself of what my interests are. It takes me like hours to acclimate to reality, and I don't. Is that fucking normal? I'm like dropping shit because I'm like I forget how to operate this flesh prison, and every morning starts with at least a glass or two shattering, because I forget how hands work, and I probably sound like I'm going insane, but I'm not going insane, because I have always felt this way. This is not a new development. This is just an ongoing inability to navigate my biological meat suit. And like, people tell me all the time how I walk funny, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to focus on how legs work. I'm trying to. My friend asked me once, he's like, "What? I've always wanted to know, man. What do you think about when you walk?" And I'm like, "Well, no one's ever asked me that before, but now that you mention it, I'm literally going left foot, right. So I'm just trying to. I have to focus on everything, and at the moment I start drifting in thought, that's when I start veering into oncoming traffic, which is why I got the self-driving car. People get a lot of shit for driving Teslas, but you're not getting pulled over in this thing. So, yeah, I don't know. It's Monday. Go do shit, but like, why? I think, see, the intention, my intention of just slowly dying and waiting for my life force to extinguish is not as important as the perception of the fact that I'm constantly getting up and trying and chasing goals. Even though I think it's completely pointless and hopeless and there will be no payoff, I still do the things because, like, what else am I going to do? I I have too much money to end it all. It would be a waste. I got to spend it first, you know? So basically what I'm trying to say is there's nothing wrong with hating everything and being completely hopeless. Just as long as you're continuing to do things. So keep doing stuff.